this is how I write my reports. Not in I don't write reports in with Word, right? Because I want to like I want to master the report writing. I want to see how it works, right? This is it. Now, I want to say something again. It's very important for me to say this that in our last class we were analyzing what is it called? November, I think November 2023 or 2024 or May 2024, something like that. I think May 2024. And the purpose of doing that is for you to have an understanding of how to analyze a case, right? So that you can be able to know that when your revenue is increasing, this could have been the reason. They would have mentioned it in the what? In the percent. They would have mentioned it in the percent. And that is why we need to do the analysis. However, I said it last diet as well. What is it called? The percent. When you see in the day of the exam, the percent you will see unseen. Then some students will believe that you see that what they analyze in that percent, they will just put it in their head that what they analyze in that percent, that is what will come out. Any other thing they don't want to know, and that is very wrong, right? That's diet I told the professional students. Once you collect your question paper, the first thing you need to do is your unseen. You've been reading the pre-seen. You've been reading it. Don't waste much of your time on that. Open the unseen. The first exhibit, which is exhibit one, that is where you will see your requirements. Calm down, read the required, and follow it up. Now, most likely, they will give you an additional financials. That additional financials, they will tell you that, oh, they have another business, another company that you should you should do a financial analysis based on profitability, liquidity, activity, and all that. And they will say, see exhibit. Just go to that exhibit and do the analysis based on that. Don't don't put all your mind that what will happen is your percent. That percent is the analysis is just to give you a sort of what will happen in the unseen. Of course, the additional information given to you in the unseen will contains it will be a similar company so that when you are doing analysis and you see that oh the revenue of sometimes they may tell you that you should do the two, both the one that you have in the unseen person and the one that you have in the what in the unseen. Sometimes they will tell you to compare the two analysis, the two profitability. All right. So when you are making a reference, when you are making it or when you are writing your report, right, you will not write a report like, oh, it is as a result of you are not there. You will not say it is this, it is that. So it could be, it may be, because you are not there when the stuff occur, right? So that is why I need to say it here again that your pricing is just like what we give you ahead of what's like heads up of what will happen. But the focus is on seeing the required, understand the required, do your answer plan at the back of the word. Do your answer plan at the back. Once you are done, you read the required, you understand it, do your answer plans, cross it twice or three times. Then you open it, okay, cover page. You read the required and you see that oh, this is an internal report. Of course, Presim will tell you that oh, 90%, 99%, this is external report. But still read the required so that they will tell you that okay, you have to carry out financial analysis of so company. You are working with Anko company. So Anko chartered accountant firm, you know that oh, this is an external report. You need to do that, right? So I haven't done that. The first thing you do your cover page, go to your cover page. You've identified that oh, this report is an internal report. Do your cover page, right? Once you are done with your cover page, you move. That is why everybody in for those who will continue with us, everybody must have you must get a physical sheet like this, right? You must have at least maybe 10, right? You must have it, right? So Here like this, that is where you will now put your executive summary. And the executive summary is 2 pages, which contains requirements, one and requirement two. We'll get there, right? After the executive summary, what is the next page? Is your introduction. You do your introduction of the report, right? You can combine the, when you are doing your introduction, you can do the introduction before requirement one and requirement two. Then, based on your plan, our financial performance, and that is why you will start your body of the report, financial performance. You can sketch it. There's a way we sketch it in the previous, in last diet, that you have to be more smarter than your what examiners. Now, the executive summary is first thing you will see, but some people say, it's the last thing that you do, but you have to be smarter than your what examiner. So how will you do that? Is when, as you are doing the analysis, you populate it in your executive summary sharp, and there's a way you structure it. There's a way you structure it, which we'll get there. So I needed to say this so that you will understand that, okay, this is the reason why we have to do analysis. For this analysis to give you a sort of what will happen in the what, in the unseen, right? So that's it. So if you have question concerning what I just explained now, you can unmute your mic and ask question. Why I'm looking for the material, then we'll continue from where we stop. So if you have question, you can unmute your mic. Please, which of the diets are we analyzing? Is it November? Is it May 2024? Is it May or is it Pemisire? Pemisire, are you still on the favor?
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, my network is bad. I'm trying to get into the class.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm saying that which one are we on? Is it May 2024 or November? So I would just want to check.
May 2024. Size May, spicy confectionery.
Okay, thank you. May 2024. So when we are done with this analysis, what next? After analysis is ratio.
We can see your screen, sir.
Yes, I'm coming. I'll share it. Just a minute. I'm trying to look for the May 2024. Okay, please, if this is the first time, if you are just joining us for the first time, please kindly unmute your mic and introduce yourself. Just your name and your location.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm Oluwaseun from Lagos State.
Please, I can't hear you. Sorry.
My name is Nick Reddy Oluwaseun Joseph.
Okay, I think the network is actually bad. I can't really hear you, but that's fine. I just hear Nick Pedi, right?
Yeah, Oluwaseun.
Okay, Oluwaseun. Okay. Okay, nice to meet you, Oluwaseun. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay, coming. So at the end of this class, um, maybe after the preceding analysis, we will check. Don't forget, I said first page, you will see the required, right? Now, the next thing that we will do is to check the unseen of this particular question, right, or of this particular case. Then we'll follow it up with an answer plan. And once we follow it up with our answer plans, then I will tell you that, okay, this is how we need to do it, right? So that you will know that, okay, this is how it works. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Where did we stop? Please, can someone remind me where we stopped here? Forgotten. Honestly, I've forgotten where we stopped. Class, please confirm if you can see my screen clearly. Sorry. You need to establish that first. Okay. Okay. We'll continue with the analysis, right? Now, spicy vision. Now, the vision statement. Now, I can do a summary. I don't know if some of you go back to the recorded lecture and see what you can jot down, because I as far as I'm concerned, I can tell you at least 5 things that I actually noticed at the beginning of this precinct, right? So I also expect you that you should be with your writing material, right? As I'm saying it, you jot it down because of an analysis, right? Because of we may do analysis on this. We'll tell you what to do and how to actually apply that, right? Now, vision. Spicy vision is stated on the company website as follows: to be a leading, innovative, and customer responsive company that constantly strives to create value, which is shared between the shareholders and other stakeholders. So there's nothing new here. Don't forget that we were actually analyzing this question based on SWOT analysis, that we believe that SWOT can still go in any analysis that we want to do, right? And at the same time, and I mentioned some business model that is applicable in case study, right? I forgot to actually drop that in the platform so that you can go and read that ahead of the percent analysis. But guess what? I can't follow trend, right? Last diet, I was expecting CBN recapitalization, right? I was expecting the case should be on CBN recapitalization, because banking, the way you calculate ratio, the ratio for banking is different from the normal ratio, right? So that is why we have what we call capital adequacy ratio, right? There's efficiency ratio as well, but in another, the way we calculate it is different from the normal non-financial sector. I was actually expecting CBN recapitalization to come in, but not. And if you look at what is trending in our environment today, you will see that inflation rates, before now it was around 30, 34. Now they did what we call a rebased on the inflation decrease, right? And you can see that it's decreasing on month-on-month basis, right? So they could bring a case that, okay, what will be the effect on the company financials, as well as when you look at the exchange rates, is not kind of favorable as well for those companies who are multinational companies, right? Who purchase goods on credit from, who get their materials from overseas because of exchange rate, right? And what we are still expecting again is the GDP as well, right? you need to look at it. Is it how it actually affects the company? Is the company moving with that line or not? So these are the things we should be looking at, as well as what is it called? The withholding tax. The withholding tax 2014, 2024, the implementation started 1st of January, right? So they may bring something that has to do with that as well. Then in SFM, you may be expecting the forecast, right? You should analyze the risk of the business, right? Which is the financial risk as well as the business risk, right? So these are the things we are looking at, right? So just prepare your mind for any of all these things. Just prepare your mind. Now, there's nothing wrong with the vision statement, right? So unless if we see anyone that wants to say something about, excuse me, about their vision statement, that's fine. So the mission statement, spicy mission statement is to be the leading confectionaries manufacturer in the country with a continuous growth in the market share by adding new products to its product portfolio regularly. So this is why I think someone asked, I think it's Tolulope or Temitope. I think it's Tolulope or Temitope in our last class. She was like, she was like, why do I think that the unseen will be on Ansoff growth model, right? Which is a business model. She asked that question. And I told her that, look at this. This company is into a product. They have a confectionaries, right? Now, they may decide to add another product, of which it was stated in the pre-sale that they wanted to add what is it called? I think chocolate and some other parts, right? In the previous exhibit that we read in our previous lecture, right? So this will tell you that they say by adding new products to its product portfolio regularly. So this is to tell you that there may be another business model here, right? Which is answer growth model that talk about market penetration, product development, and the pricing as well, right? So, and these are the business model you also need to be familiar with. Now, the culture, the company recruits people that are top rated in their various disciplines that have something to offer the company. And the company is willing to pay top at a range salary to the what? To the right persons, right? The company maintains a culture of openness and freedom and allows any of its staff to come up with novel ideas that can be translated into value creation. Now, the question now is, if you allow staffs to come up with ideas, every staff to come up with ideas, do you think that it will not affect some of these top officials? Right? Do you think it will not affect some of these officials because they will be looking at it that we work in an organization and whereby you are trying to bring up an idea and maybe your boss is not, he or she does not have that idea. We like, don't worry, this thing will not work, right? So this could discourage some of the junior staff. But the question now is, what would have been what would be the implication on the company financials? What would be the implication? Now, honestly, I do not see the implication on the company financials, all right? But other than the non-financial part of it, that it could, because when you have a boss that does not listen to you, right? So it could discourage the junior staff to bring ideas, because a junior staff cannot just go and meet the board and say, okay, this is my idea. There is a process. Now, technology is technology is at the heart of the company business process, and it's constantly invest in new technology that is seen to further improve the company's value creation process, right? Now you can see this could be a strength to the company, because these days technology, they make their sales through online, right? Customers need something that will be convenient for them, right? They need a commodity, goods that will be convenient for them, as well as that we satisfy their needs, right? So by bringing in technology into the system, this could give them this could be part of their what part of their strength because of the new technology. The company is technology driving, and it has deployed technology in virtually all areas of the company business process, right? Which means that they've deployed the technology, right? So it's part of their what? Part of their strength. The company has a research laboratory where food scientists and technologists are constantly working together to create new products. Can you see it? Together to what? To create new products and improve existing products and processes. Class, don't forget, let me take you back to our previous lecture again. In the previous lecture, at the beginning of case study, I mentioned something that case study exam, case study required, the requirement is divided into two, right? The first required is either is a financial analysis or trend analysis. Or they can tell you that do a financial analysis and also changes in cost and revenue. Once you just they mention changes in cost and revenue, this should tell you that this is trend. Changes is trend, right? So either they combine the two or give you just one, which is what the changes in what in cost and revenue, right? Now the second required is what the business. Now the question is, if you are analyzing a financial statement using the relevant ratio, profitability ratio, this ratio, what are the things? What are the things you need to be using? For instance, now you said the profitability ratio increases, right? What could have been the reason? It could have been that because Spicy Confectionery produce a quality product as well as adopt technology in delivering products to their what? To their customer. That could have been the reason why their revenue increases, right? So, and if your revenue increases and your cost, your administrative expenses as well, probably it decreases or it actually decreases as well. What could have been the reason? It could have been that they cut costs. It could have been that they do this, they do. So it's from what you are analyzing, what you analyze in the previous that will give you what you will write as a result of that, right? Of which we will actually get there. Now look at this particular paragraph that says that the company has a research laboratory where food scientists and technologists consistently working together to do what? To create new products. To create new products. And the house of good model is talking about products, right? Either you introduce new products into the market, you control the price, right? That is market penetration, right? You do what we call product development. You bring new products into the market. Now, this is to tell you that, the requirement too, if you do your business proposal, because you do business proposal, you do forecast that okay, they are going to do what is it called? They want to expand their business. Okay, this is project A, project B, is it viable or not, right? Now they will not tell you that they will not tell you that okay, using the answer goods model or using SWOT analysis to do that, to do the analysis, right? So with that, definitely with this pre-scene now, that something should come to your mind that you may likely use answer good model in addition to SWOT analysis to analyze the business environment, right? Now, if this is established, we'll move to the next one. Now, what did they want to achieve, right? They don't want to contract every company have what is it called? A product that is called a selling product. That is, they will not want to convert it, outsource it. They want to do it internally, right? Because they want to be relevant. Is that not so? Now, that is why they now have a research laboratory where food scientists, they do everything in-house. What do they want to achieve? They want to continue to maintain the market share because they don't want to bring in people to come and outsource people outside or do that scientists outside so that some set of competitors will not come and copy what they are doing, right? With that, it will lead to high competitors, right? Now, when you look at this now, this could actually reduce the cost because they are not going anywhere, they are not paying anybody. It is in-house, right? Now, and and coming and improve existing products and processes. Scientific discoveries are constantly being evaluated in the company's laboratory with the sole aim of converting such discoveries into commercial viable products. This is what I'm talking about. Now, they have all the laboratories. They have everything in their what? In that particular firm. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to pay any consultants, right? So it is part of their strength because whether they like it or not, they will continue to have that high market shares, right? In the future, right? Because all what they are doing is what is in-house. And with that, it could actually reduce that. Of course, they will pay these scientists, right? They will pay them. Now, what next? Business model. Business what? Business what? Business model. So what is the business model? Spices recognizes that one of its critical success factor, CSF, one of the what critical success factor is that value created by the company is to be shared among the various shareholders, employees, customers, consumers, and community. This is a very good critical success factor because if an organization wants to succeed, want to achieve its objective, right, it needs to add value. You need to create the value for the shareholders. Now, when you want to create a value for the shareholders, how do you create a value? The question is, how do you create a value to your shareholders, right? Is by making a profit because you pay them profits after tax. You pay them dividend. Your employees, you must give them a bonus, right? If you want to create a value, that is a very good critical success factor. If not, the organization may not achieve its objective. Customers, they should ensure that they do what? They provide quality Quality product. Don't forget, they've mentioned it that Spicy Confectionery produce a quality product, and that is part of the value added. Now, consumers, right? Consumers, those who and the community as which they situated with, I think they've not mentioned the community as well, right? So, and this, okay, probably in the community, they provide employment opportunity as well, because when Spicy Confectionaries, probably they have a very big space, and with that, they provide employment opportunity for those who are within the community. You know, when you are providing employment opportunity within the community, it will increase their goodwill. By extension, it will increase their revenue because people will be saying that, oh, this company is good, even if the products have a low quality product. People will still patronize because some will still patronize because of what they are doing to the community, right? Now, what next? Now, the company therefore incorporates responsibility and sustainability in all aspects of its business management, making corporate social long-term investments that are aimed at at building value over time. These are part of their strengths because without all this, they may not actually achieve their objective. Now, sustainability and corporate social responsibility. Now, Spicy always strive to carry out its business operations in the most sustainable environment friendly. So which means that, okay, sustainable environmental what? Friendly, which means that where the environment at which they actually take care of that environment, right? And if your environment is friendly for people, by extension, right, what will happen? It will increase your goodwill. By extension, what will happen again is that it will increase our what? The revenue, right? Environmental friendly and in a fair manner with regards to all its what? All the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are those people who have the interest of who have interest in what the company is doing, right? Now, it makes sure that each of the suppliers adheres to what? High ethical and sustainability practices with regard to sources of material and treatment of what? Employees. You can see what they are doing, right? So, when you're talking about sustainability, there is what we call sustainability reporting. Sustainability reporting is in the sense that sustainability in question is like you are doing something in an environment without you are doing it without achieving you are doing something that it will not affect the community that you are, right? Now look at this now. Part of what they said is to make sure that each of the suppliers adheres to high ethical and sustainability practices with regards to sources of materials and treatment towards employees, which means that they make sure that the materials they will use in what in making these confectionaries should be in line with the sustainability practice, and as well as they treat their what and treatment of their what employees. So this is part of their sustainability, and you could say it is what part of the what corporate social responsibility, right? So it's part of their strength. Now, Spicy sources cocoa from the southwest part of the Nigeria. Spicy has initiated schemes to encourage sustainable farming of cocoa, and farmers are being trained in effective agricultural methods. Can you see it? It is part of what they are doing, right? Social responsibility. Now, the introduction of approved cocoa production certification program has enabled farmers to achieve high levels of income, right? As a result of this, so the introduction of approved cocoa production certification program has enabled farmers to achieve high levels of income from increased production and to access additional training directed at improving their production yields. These farmers alone can as well as promote spicy what? Confectionaries. Because of this program, it has increased the level of income of the farmers as well as their training access has actually what? Increases. Class, am I communicating? Hello?
Yes, you're communicating. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you. So, spicy. I mean, okay. I'm trying to. Okay. Now, spicy ensure that each of its products label contains only the ingredients used in their production. The packaging also shows nutrition content and gives advice on recommendation volumes of consumption. Spicy products packaging are normally recyclable and kept as a minimal as possible to protect environment. You can see, because Spicy want to make sure that their environment is what is friendly to people. What they do, they recycle, right? And do what they intend to what to protect what environment. See, that is why I think last diet they bring what's it called, hospitality hotel, right? And they mentioned that what they are doing, they are not environmental friendly. Even people within that side. Imagine I want to enter an hotel and the personnel there, they are not like the way they welcome me self. I can decide that, oh, this place is not friendly, then I will go. Right? So look at what Spicy is now doing. They recycle what? All their what? All packaging are normally recycling and kept as minimal as possible to protect what the environment. So when you are protecting the environment, directly or indirectly, people within that environment, we do what? We promote your what? We promote your products, right? We do what? We promote your products, right? So with that, it is part of their what? It is part of their strength. Great green energy source. So which means that they don't need to disturb anyone with generator, right? They don't need to disturb anyone with generator. I'm coming. I'll walk into this. Okay, green energy source has been introduced in Spicy Factory, which means they don't need to disturb anyone with generator. Oh, we want to, so they have a green energy, right? Solar, which has reduced consumption of electricity and greenhouse emission. Now, with this, it will directly or indirectly, it will reduce their cost, right? Because of this consumption of electricity. So it has reduced. So when you see that the expenses kind of decreases, right? Because with all this development, with all this introduction of technology, maintenance of websites, doing everything to satisfy the consumer, and at the same time, so you now see that their expenses is actually reducing, right? Because you expect that the expenses should increase because they carry out a lot of activities, bringing new products into the market will cost them as well because of they will spend marketing expenses and all that. And you will now see at the same time that their cost, their expenses is actually decreasing. What could have been the reason? It could have been because of the green energy. Because when you are doing an analysis, you should be able to back it up with this. That's okay. What could have been the reason why the expenses decreases? Right? It could have been because it could have been because of the green introduction of what green energy, which has reduced which has actually reduced what the consumption of what electricity, right? Right. So with this, Spicy also introduced annual independent health and safety and safety audit in its factory and retail what outlets, right? And retail what outlets. All factory staff are required to undertake food safety and health safety training in the workplace. At the required industry standard level, workplace benefits such as pension, medical insurance, and staff's discount are offered to all Spicy employees. So this is a very good strength for them because those people who work in the factory actually what take a risk in working there. So there is a all provision for them, right? Now, if there is a provision for them, with this now, it is part of their what? It is part of their strength, right? Because they actually complied with what? With the sustainability practice, right? Now, lastly, um, the last, okay, we have the market, the confectionery market, right? Before we go to the financials, confectionery markets, exhibit what? Exhibit, exhibit 3. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay. Exhibit 3. Confectionery refers to foods item with relatively high sugar and with content. Confectionery has a variety of flavoring, coloring, and other components that give them their distinct taste, texture, and appearance. Now, the global confectionery market has been put at 210 is it in billions? Coming. Right, $210, right? 0.3 billion, right? In what? In 2019, and is projected to increase to $270, right? 270 in what? In 2027. Class, the global confectionery is this 210 in 2019 and is projected to increase to 270 in 2027, which represents a compounded annual growth rate of 3.6%. Chocolate segments had the highest confectionery market share in 2019. Class, in this part, what they are trying to do is to analyze the confectionery market. Want to know who are in the market, right? The confectionery market. The global confectionery market says that, okay, in 2019 it will be $20, right? 210. And it has been projected that it will be increased. That is the can we call it the market size? Let's say the market size. Yes, let's call it market size. And it will now increase to what? 270 in 2027, which represents a compounded annual growth rate of 3.6. Chocolate segments are the highest confectionery market in what? In 2019. Now, this is to tell you something that in the unseen, you may be given a segment of how spicy confectionery generates their revenue, right? They may give you a segment. Now, okay, do the analysis as well as the what? Trend analysis, right? According to the confectionery market analysis, the market is segmented on the basis of products, age, group, price, points, and distribution what? Channel as follows. Don't forget that spicy confectionery carbohydrates, right? Contents confectionery has a variety of flavoring, coloring, and other components that give them their distinct taste. Now, the market is divided into the product type, right? The product type, which is the market is categorized into chocolate, confectionery, ice cream, preserved pastries, goods, and cakes, and sugar confectionery. So that means that confectionery as a whole now there are different type of products in the market. Now the question is, who are the age group? Of course, you don't expect those who are maybe from 40, let's say from 50 or from 60 upward. Some of them, all those elders, they don't like sugar. Is that not so? So look at age group. The market is classified into children, adults, and Gerard. I'm coming. Geriatric, right? So who are these people that are called geriatric? Class. If it is children, let's check. Adults. Hello, class.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. That's
Yes, sir.
fine.
Good
I
evening,
wanted
sir.
to check. Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's continue. I'll check it. Please, you can check those who are under the age group under this, please. Old people. Okay, old people. Thank you. That's a very good one. Old people. Thank you. So the price point, the market is distributed into economy, mid range, and also they are just telling us all this is just the analysis of the what analysis of the markets, right? So distribution channel, the market is divided into supermarket, hypermarket, convenience stores, pharmaceutical and drug stores, food services, duty-free outlets, and what? And e-commerce. So this is how they actually distribute confectionery in the market. That is what the global market what analysis. Don't forget that the market, the product is divided into different segments, age group as well. We have age group, we have the price point and the distribution channel. What is the purpose of all these things, right? Now, it could be that they want to know if spicy confectionery actually meet up with, they say the confectionery market is this. So it could be that, okay, they want to know what is the market share of spicy confectionery in the market, maybe between 2020 to 2025. Do we get? So these are the what? This could be the what? The objective of analyzing the what? The market. So this call will end in 3 minutes. So before we go, okay, the call will end in 3 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So let me quickly create another link so that we'll look at the financials together, right? Based on what we've analyzed, right? Based on what we analyze, we'll look at the financials together. Hopefully, we should be able to say something about that. Then we'll talk about the financial ratios, which is your requirement one, ratio analysis. Like I said, at NextGen Professional Associates, we will not generate reports for you. We will do the report. You see that report, we'll do it in class together. You see that English, we'll speak it in class together and correct the grammatical errors as well in class together, so that when you get to examination, or you can use your own language to write reports. So we'll be back shortly. So let me quickly create another link so that we can continue our class. Thank you. This of product type. Now they want to analyze the market based on, it has product type, age group, price point, and distribution channel. Now on the basis of product type, chocolate category was dominant segment in 2019 with 35.2 market share. That is what 35.2 market share. Well, it means that chocolate, that is, chocolate is part of, if you are following from the beginning of this analysis, chocolate is part of spicy confectionery products, right? Now, and it has 35.2% of the market share in 2019. This is global, right? Consumers of all age groups. Don't forget, the market is divided into different segments: product type, age group, price point, distribution channel. Now, consumer of all age groups consume chocolate confectionery to satisfy their taste goodies, right? Chocolate, age group of probably from 6 to 25 or 20. You like chocolate, right? The growth in economy prosperity, especially in emerging economies, has driving the demand for the chocolate segments, right? Furthermore, chocolate is the highest per capita consumed confectionery product across several countries, including Nigeria as well, right? So they are just analyzing the market. So the market shares, chocolate takes about 35.2% of the market share. So when you are analyzing the segment of spicy confectionery and you see a revenue of probably, you see a revenue. So how will you convert it? How will you get the percentage? You need to get the market size. Class, you need to do what? You need to get the market size. Is the market size given to you in the question? If the market size is given, you can say, oh, spicy under chocolate in 2019, the total revenue, let's say for instance, the total revenue is 50,000 for instance. Okay, you now say, okay, 50,000, how many percent do they have in the market size? You know, the total market size is this. How many shares do they have from the market size? So it could be 50 divided by the total market size, so that you will get what? You can get the percentage of the market share of what Spicy Confectionery, right? So it may be like that, right? Now, however, it is projected that medicated confectionery, what did you want to achieve? You want to see that, okay, maybe in 2019, how many percent did Spicy Confectionery chocolate meet in their, what is it called, in the global market? You want to know, oh, because when you are doing your analysis, you could actually include it that, oh, the reason why the revenue increases could be because of okay, Spicy Confectionery, the market shares in 2019 is about 2.5%, right? It's part of your point. You need to do what? You need to mention, you need to state. However, it is projected that the medicated confectionery segment will grow at a faster rate during the forecast period 2021 to 2027. That is the medicated one. That medicated one could be maybe all this age group, all this what is it called, old people, right? They may decide to like all those medicated confectionery that have low sugars, right? So they are now telling us that, okay, there will be a fast growth in it from 2021 to 2027, right? Now, the increase in prevalence of minor ailments and over-the-counter medications or dietary supplements requires active ingredients such as what? You can, such as antacids, vitamins, herbal extracts. These products will propel the growth of medicated confectionery segments, of course. Also, the rapid growth in geriatric population in the next 10 years is anticipated to be driver of the market growth for the medicated confectionery segments. You can see medicated confectionery segments are meant for the old people, right? So they are telling us that there will be a rapid growth in it in the next what? The next 10 years, because what? It is medicated. Now, the Nigeria confectionery market has projected to grow at a compounded growth rate of 9.8% over the analysis period of 2021 to 2027 in terms of revenue by Strategy Ellis, a data analytic company, right? Now, they have actually projected in the Nigeria market. You know, the first market we are analyzing is what is it called? Is the global what? Market. Now, in Nigeria now, it has been projected that there will be a compounded annual growth rate of 9.8%, excuse me, of the confectionery between 2021 and 2027, right? Now, and if don't forget that I said the revenue could be based on segment, and you now see that okay, this is confectionery total. So probably said we'll get to where they will talk about chocolate as well. So in terms of revenue by Strategy Ellis, a data analytic company, the key factors responsible for this market growth are increasing availability of different variety of candies, and chocolates, rise in trend of gifting, confectionery, and rising disposable income, right? So as a result of this, what could lead to this increase? It is as a result of chocolates. You can see from age group in Nigeria, from maybe from 7 to 20, they like chocolate, right? And candies, right? So if you go to supermarket, you see all those confectionery, you see everything, you see it there. So they are telling us that it will increase from 2021 to 2027. And if you look at the financials and you are not seeing any increase, something is wrong somewhere, right? Now, what could have been the reason? Class. All these supermarkets, they sell, most of them sell confectionaries, most of them sell chocolates, right? You see a lot of competitors are there. So what could have been the reason where you did not see the revenue? There is no growth in revenue. It could be that because of the competitors. That is why I said in your own scene, you will have another financials of another company whereby it will tell you that, okay, do a financial analysis on the two and compare them, right? Because company A is a competitor of company B, right? Now, the Nigeria confectionery market is segmented on the basis of products and distribution as follows, right? The Nigeria confectionery is like this. Don't forget the global confectionery is divided into age group, distribution, price points, and okay, age group, distribution, product type. The Nigeria confectionery, and this is Nigerian confectionery. Finally, the Nigeria confectionery market is segmented on the basis of products and distribution, right? By products, it is categorized into chocolate confectionery, gum, and sugar confectionery. So you see, on the daily activities, I can tell you that maybe 70% of Nigerians will take chocolate, we take gum, we take sugar, right? And there are so many companies that are doing all these things. So when you see that, even with introduction of new products into the market, even the introduction of new technology and ability to satisfy the consumer, the customers, and still you did not see the drive in the revenue, what could have been the reason? It could have been that because of the what? The competitors, right? They have a lot of what? Competitors in the what? In the industry. By distribution channel, the confectionery market is divided into hypermarkets, supermarkets, convenience stores, right? Specialist retailers, online retailing, right? That is their mode of what? Distribution in Nigeria. The constant evolving consumer habits, taste, preference have led to innovation in the confectionery market. Of course, because of consumer taste. For instance, now, if you buy one sugar now, and you look at it that this sugar is not, because of the substitute, you can go for another one, right? Is that not so? You can go for, because of their things are changing in the day-to-day activities, right? Now, manufacturers are increasing their product range by including functional ingredients, organic, herbal fillings, tropical fruits, nut-based and exotic flavors in product formulations to meet changing consumer demands. You can see in Nigeria now we have some age groups. We have some age groups that from 60 or up to 70, they cannot take chocolate, right? So they have to take the medicated chocolate, right? So they are doing all these things to meet the consumer demand. Furthermore, the trend of gifting confectionery products such as cookies, chocolate, bakery items, and other have also propelled market growth in recent years. Brands are consistently establishing unique, engaging techniques to seek consumer attention to confectionery products are significantly purchased as a result of imposed buying. Brands are consistently establishing unique, engaging techniques. It seems that they are trying to change strategy in Nigeria to seek consumer attention as confectionery products are significantly purchased as a result of imposed buying, which means that probably just like when you have a product A and you have product B, that they will now do it in the sense that they can do a package and tell you that, say you need this. If you need product A, you will buy product B. That is imposed buying, right? Which some consumer may not actually like that, because you are actually forcing me to buy the product I don't want to. I just want one product, but because you want it to be in bulk, you just add all other items to it, right? And that is what imposed buying. These factors are cumulatively driving up the market for confectionery products. However, the volatility, which is the risk nature of raw material, which is the risk, however, the volatility nature of raw materials prices of sugar and cocoa can hamper the growth of the what? Of the market. Okay, Oluwaseun. Oluwaseun. Hello, Oluwaseun. Do you want to ask question?
No, continue.
Okay. I guess it's a mistake. You can put down your hands. Okay. Thank you. Now, COVID-19 and the subsequent lockdown in 2020 had severely impact on conventional markets. Can you see this now? COVID-19. As a result of COVID-19, it has actually what? Affect the confectionery what? The confectionery market. This impact has been felt from two dimensions as follows. So the COVID-19 pandemic has actually what? Affected what? From 2020 have affected what? The confectionery market. Differential impact on raw material supply, agricultural produce, food ingredients. You can see this COVID-19 impact is part of what we call, it is a big threat, right? It is a big what? Threat, right? As a result of lockdown, people were not able to move from one place to what? Another. So when you see the company revenue, decreases in 2020, right? What could have been the reason? Could have been as a result of, because of the COVID-19 what? Pandemic. Okay. So sales declined as a result of reducing gifting and impulse buying among what? Customers across what? Globe. Sales actually declined as a result of this, right? As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that is all about the analysis for May 2024, right? Who can give us a summary of this analysis? Just pinpoint some summary. Just give us one or two hints from what we have done so far on the analysis. Quickly, come try. Who can give us the summary? Should I call him? Opeyemi? Where is Kudus?
Yes, boss.
I'm not your boss, so I beg. So please, in summary, right? In summary, I'll just maybe the one I remember, right? In summary, spicy confectionaries generally, from the beginning, they produce a quality product, they satisfy their customers, they adhere to sustainability reporting, they what is it called? They are environmental friendly as well, right? However, they may also have the competitors because confectionaries is everywhere, right? So, and one of the big threats is the COVID-19 pandemic, right? And you can see the innovations that the company is doing. Number one is that the introduction of a new product into the market, existing product into the market, website development, they ensure that goods get to the customers, right, at their own convenience, right? So these are all the things that they actually mentioned in what? In the, some of them shall, some of what they mentioned was in the present. However, Spicy Confectionaries is a limited liability company, and from the present that I read just now, there is nowhere they state that uh, the shareholdings of the company, that the shareholdings of the company is this, is that. It wasn't stated. Or is it stated? Is it stated anywhere that Director A have 50%, Director B has 60%? Is it stated anywhere? No.
No.
Thank you.
No,
And that
sir.
is okay, thank you. So that is what you should note, that as a limited liability company, because as a limited liability company, that you want people to come, and we don't even know, yes, as a limited liability company, you should display the shareholdings of the company. It is part of the reservation. It is not it is not an ethical issue. It is not an ethical issue means that is it in line with the relevant standard? Is it in line with the relevant law? Are they doing the right thing? Right? Now look at this what is it called? This shareholdings. Some that is why mostly if it is difficult for you to differentiate between the ethical and the reservation, I usually say just merge it together and say ethical issue and reservation, and you state it. But before you state, you need to check the unseen. But you have it before you enter that, oh, your ethical issue and reservation is that one, during the course of the analysis, right, the shareholding of the company was not what? Was not displayed, which which will not enable the what to do more analysis on the what on the company financials. Because for instance now, if I want to buy shares from Zenith Bank or from other banks, right, as an investment analyst, I will check who are the shareholders, who actually introduced Zenith Bank. You have to know all these shareholding, right, to see their competency, right? Don't forget that it was mentioned that they have top officials. We know, but where are the shareholding? So it's part of the ethical issue and reservation. You already know it, so it's part of what you write in your executive summary, right? So during the course of the analysis, the what is it called? The shareholding of the company was not displayed, right? Is part of what you notice. Now, another thing is that look at this financial. Who can tell me something is wrong in these financials? Who can tell me what is wrong in these financials? Something is wrong here. Who can tell me? Who can
I
try?
guess I guess the year, the presentation year.
Thank you. That is a very good one, right? It is part of what you will state, ethical issue and reservation. You see, it is what it is. You already know what you want to see. You see that executive summary. That is why we say you must be smarter than your examiner. You see that executive summary. There's a way you will set your executive summary. You have not even write the report, but you already set your executive summary the way. See, once examiner just open that executive summary, he will look at it that he or she will look at it that you know what you are doing, because it will look neat than someone who just collect answer booklets and question paper and you just started, right, without setting your executive summary, without reporting, without writing the body of the report. We will tell you that set your executive summary, arrange it so that once when you are doing your body of the report, you just report it, you populate it to the what to the executive summary, and you must do that executive summary. And that is it. You must do it. If you don't do that executive summary, it is assumed that the candidate or the student is coming back for case study. Because that is what I told the student last day, that everybody should just calm down. You must be what? Smarter than your examiner. And this is how we were able to arrange it, and we recorded high success rates in our what? In last diet, right? Now, this is ethical issue and reservation. This is not in line in what? In line with IS1, presentation of financial statements. You present the first year for 2022 before 2021. So you already know that this is an ethical issue. You already know because it's misleading, right? Now, another thing is that do you see notes to the account? Let me scroll down. Note to the accounts, note to the financials. There is no note to the financial, but you need to be very careful here. I equally I told the student last night as well. You need to be what? Very careful here. I will tell you that, oh, note to the account was not what? Was not attached. And this will not enable the users of the financial statement to understand the financials, because without note to the account, how do you arrive to your revenue? I told them that this is what you need to state. State it in the ethical issue. But when you see the unseen and you now see note to the, most likely you will see note to the account in the unseen. Most likely you see it. But when you now see the notes to the account, just remove that ethical issue or note to the account. Remove it first. It's not part again. Right? It's not part again. So you just have to remove it. and state that too, and you do what? And you move on to the next. So you can see the financials 2021, 2022. So most likely they will add more financials to this, right? Most likely they will add what? They will add more financials what? More financials to this. Now, let me say something here again. I've said it in the before this class. I think at the beginning of this class that some students believe that this pre-sino is what you want to do in your when you in the day of exam. Ha, ha, it's a very big lie. Oh. Ha. Ask last diet, they gave something different for the pre-sim, for the unseen. It's totally different from what they gave in pre-sim. But what I told the students is that, see, your pre-sim, your unseen will change. We know. You see this pre-sim, it may not be relevant to you, but just calm down. You see this required exhibit 1, read it first, understand what they say you should do. So if the required says that you should analyze this spicy confectionery 2021 2022, then go back to it, analyze. But if the question says that go to exhibit A or exhibit 2 and analyze it, quickly go to the exhibits and do what they say you should do. Don't forget, the first thing is that you do your answer plan, right? At the back of your answer booklet, you cross it. So after that, you start. There's a way you will set your report. I think someone asked that I should give the price of the prescient analysis, right? So the range is between 5,000 to 10,000. So you can prepare for that. So if you are still in this class, you can prepare for that. So for those who will join us, is within that particular within that particular range, right? But guess what? You will get value for what you want, right? Because our report writing, I will not generate reports for you. You will be the one to do. We will do it in class together. We will speak in the English. We will do everything together in class so that when you get your examination and you want to do an analysis, you don't need to cram. Do you need to cram? No. You need to do what? You write it with your own English, right? So I think that's all for today's class. But lastly before we go, let me quickly show us the unseen so that you will know where you will see your what is it called, required, right? You can see the financials, right? You can see all the financials, right? So unseen, 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 unseen. Okay, this is it. You can see this is the first exhibit, class. This is the what? This is the first exhibit that you will see. Can you see it? This is the first exhibit. Now let's read. From Julius Idemode. And who is Julius? I've forgotten who is Julius. Sir. I know we did something like
Julius is the boss.
Just boss. John is
okay,
group.
okay. He's a chartered accountant firm, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is an
Yes.
external report. Okay. That is an external report. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay. So now, Julius now. You are reporting to Julius. I'm coming, sorry. So Julius is sending a mail to John that this is what I want you to do. Of course, you don't expect your boss to do all this small work. You don't expect your boss to do all this small work. You will be the one to do the analysis. You present the draft to your boss. Your boss will now review. Then they will now send to the people, their clients, right? Now, subject spicy confectionaries. Julius is now sending a mail to John Adeshola, who is the trainee of the company, right? Or the firm. As part of the spicy, excuse me, as part of spicy strategic objective, it plans to expand its operation to south region part of Nigeria. You can see, even I forgot to say, even without reading the unseen, don't forget that I made mention that spicy confectionery is situated in Lagos and Abuja. I think so, right? Without having any office in South, right? That They
Yes.
most likely they may be an expansion of a business. Now, if you are doing an expansion of a business, focus will come to play because they will tell you that, oh, we assume that the sales will increase by 2% in 2024 because you want to do an expansion. Don't forget, in project finance, when you want to do a project, you do, there's what we call an input, right? You now say, oh, the capex, the capital expenditure will increase by 2%, maybe in the next 2 years of the project, during the project, right? So, and that is it. And that is the assumption. You should know that with this now, you will do a focus because there is an expansion here. We've not read the required, but something should come to your mind. Now, operation to the South region, part of Nigeria, as a result, the company has identified 2 companies. Can you see it? Because they want to do an expansion. They need to identify 2 similar companies that are doing that particular thing so that they will use it to project what they will have in the South region. Now, Eat Right and Smoothie Company, smoothie chocolate, right? In Port Harcourt for possible acquisition. You can see, oh, it's even acquisition. They want to buy Eat Right and Smoothie Chocolate. Possible acquisition. They've identified 2 companies. Probably one of them. Eat Right, Smoothie Chocolate in Port Harcourt for possible acquisition, right? Spicy will want us to evaluate the 2022 financials of the 2 companies. Class, class, can you see it? See, can you see it? That it is different from what we were given. Now, they are telling you that, oh, we will want you to evaluate the financials of the 2 companies because they are looking at it. Which one should we acquire? It is, you will acquire it based on the what? Based on the financials, right? To evaluate the 2 companies' financials of the 2 companies. The company also plans to introduce new products, diabetic chocolate, into the market during the coming during the coming year, right? I'm coming. Let me check. I have to increase this thing. Okay, Dockers, you can see they are planning to introduce new products, and something should come to your mind. The model. Dockers Spicy Chief Finance Officer has provided financial data in respect of this product in Exhibit 8. Class, can you see it? If you check Exhibit 8, you will see the financials of these 2 companies. Class, you will see the what? The financials. Because you have to perform financial analysis on these 2 companies. Class, the board of Spicy, as usually, is asking for our evaluation of the viability or otherwise of introducing this product into the market based on the financial numbers. They want to introduce new products into the market. Furthermore, the board of Spicy would want us to evaluate to which extent Spicy's sales development strategy could assist in achieving its 2 strategic objectives using Ansoff product growth model. In fact, using what? Using Ansoff growth models. Can see. So this is telling you is that you will do a financial analysis of the 2 companies, right? Then you will now still evaluate what? The strategy objective. Now, we need to complete it before we go, right? Oh, I'm not saying this thing. Sorry. Okay. Now, therefore, I will like you to carry out. This is it. You already know that you are performing a financial analysis, right? You already know that you are performing a financial what? Financial analysis, right? You already know that you are performing a financial analysis. Now, we want you to do what? An evaluation, class, and what? An evaluation. An evaluation of 2022 financial statement of Eat Right and Smoothie Chocolate using the specified ratios in Exhibit 9 to recommend which of the components Spicy should what? require. You can see now, they've given you all what you need. Specify. When you go to exhibit now, you will see the specified ratio, which means that you have to use that ratio to analyze the first company as well as the second company. Then you do your recommendation. Class, this is your required. Very simple. You just go to exhibit 9. Immediately you see this answer plan, evaluation, financial statement analysis. Then you go to exhibit 9, bring out the ratio, put it in your plan. Then read the second required and evaluation of the viability of the proposed introduction of diabetic chocolate. That is for all these old people, right? Chocolate into the market based on its financial details provided in exhibit what? Exhibit 8. And recommend the quantity of the product that should be produced in the first 3 months, given the what? The constraint during the what period. That is requirement 2. There is a proposer. They want to bring in new diabetic into the what? Into the market. So project it. See, it is not necessary you need to do it the way it is in what? In SFM. Just do it the way you understand. See, don't waste your time in appendix. So appendix is just 10 marks. Don't waste your time. See, I may calculate my ratio. Say you want 50%, I calculate it 50%. Yes, I'm correct. But another person will calculate 20%. And that person that calculates 20% will have higher mark than someone who gets what? 50%. It is what? Analysis. Lastly, using the answer growth model. So when you are doing your proposal of introduction of the new product, you have to use the answer growth model. Distinguished professional colleagues, I think we've been able to do justice. So all this, we'll be able to do what? Analyze the May 2024 pre-scene analysis, as well as how to identify your required in your in the question. With this, you should not have any challenge now in in case study. Now it remains the financial ratios, right? It remains the financial ratios, right? So your assignment is for you to go all the ratios. Make sure it is not all
business
about
proposal.
calculating ratio. Yeah, business proposal. It is not all about. It is not all about calculating ratio. I don't believe it. See, if you like calculate, get 10%. Analyze it. I want to see your analysis. That is what is much important, right? So you know how to do your analysis, know all this ratio, calculate this ratio, know how to calculate this ratio, understand the analysis, then as well as your business model. The business model will help you as well as will help you in your decision making. So I think I've been able to do justice to all this. Class, do you have questions for me before we go quickly?
So what
Do you
are the
have questions
business
on it
models
or
we
mine?
need to
You
what are the
say?
business models we need to the business models you said we need to study?
Okay, I will send it to the platform.
Okay, sir.
I'll send it to the platform.
Then would there still be class before the pre-scene will be held?
Okay, I don't know yet, or unless I have to discuss with the team. So it's the outcome of the meeting that will determine if we will have the class before the quizzing. But hopefully I should be doing something. Maybe probably we'll just be doing like this question now. We'll just be playing with it. We'll play with it. We'll play with the analysis. Case study is very simple. We'll play with the analysis. We'll just be playing with the analysis. So there's nothing. You get okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, class, are we good? If you have question, unmute your mic, please unmute your mic.